Will the next commodity giant be built by coders and not founded and operated by traders? You know, I spent 2 decades inside some of the world's best-known commodity trading houses, working alongside the sharpest traders in the market and CEOs who've turned volatility into an art form. These firms aren't magically put together. They're built through the best-in-class talent, deals of staggering scale, and operating models so intricate they would leave most outsiders speechless. And when you've lived in that world long enough, you start to see where the cracks form. We patch the tech, we twerk the models, we keep the juggernaut moving, while new, disruptive Web3 players race past us in the fast lane. That's when you start to imagine a different future. I've worked inside every system these major firms rely on, where every trade is recorded, the risk is managed, the credit models that constantly redraw the lines between who can and who can't, and the long chain of execution, validation, reporting, before every trade lands on an ops desk. Behind it all sits an army of IT, supporting, fixing, firefighting, helping traders locate data buried across systems and spreadsheets. That IT army today, who sits in a world of automation, should probably be half the size it actually is. And I know this because I've lived it. Every role, every bottleneck, every blind spot in that rhapsody of moving parts. When I combine that experience with my blockchain background and 10 years deep down the Web3 rabbit hole, I can say this with absolute conviction. The next commodity giant that doesn't pivot to a full digital overhaul will fall victim to a new breed of commodity traders. Traders who won't be born on trading floors. They'll be coded into existence by someone who's never worn a suit, never yelled into a phone, and never seen an oil cargo in their life. Tech companies already own our rails. They control the logistical networks, the clouds, the data pipes, everything that moves information faster than we could move a barrel. They've built AI models that predict demand, the payment rails that settle in seconds, the tracking systems that know where every ship is before even your operator does. They can see the world market end to end in higher resolution than any trading floor on Earth. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of us still think we own the system. We don't. The logistical stacks we rely on is no longer ours. The cloud we run on belongs to someone else. The price feeds, the satellite maps, the optimization tools, all built, hosted, monetized by companies who can see our business from above. And all they're missing is the arrogance to call themselves traders. But that arrogance is coming because the disruption has already happened, quietly. While we still debate digital transformation, they're busy building the future. Satellite imaging tracks on every ship. Machine learning predicts every flow. Payment rails settle faster than your middle officer can reconcile. The old trader's edge, that information we once protected has been digitized, standardized, and sold back to us on a monthly API subscription. The truth is brutal. Tech firms already control the infrastructure, the industry that we depend on. All they lack is the intent to monetize it directly. But that intent is forming. The engineers who built the logistical backbones are starting to realize they don't need you. They don't need us anymore. And while most of the industry still clings to secrecy, still believe hiding data equals strength, that world's gone. Secrecy died the moment data became a commodity. When every molecule had to be tracked, tagged, and tokenized, your advantage isn't information anymore. It's the illusion of the momentum. Meanwhile, the new entrants don't care about barrels or BTUs. They care about flows, the data, the collateral, the liquidity. They don't see crude oil, they see yields. And once yield becomes programmable, trading becomes software. And that's the silent disruption, the invisible migration of control from traders to technologists. It won't come with an announcement, it's already here, humming inside your servers, running your analytics, optimizing your supply chains. You just don't own it anymore. I hope you realize the next generation of traders won't have names. They'll have runtimes. Machines are already reading the same curves we used to trade with by instinct. Freight, weather, sentiment, and doing it faster than we could ever do it. They read every headline before you and I have even finished our coffee. They price it, hedge it, and feed it back into the model in seconds. They don't take lunch. They don't need committees or sign-offs. They just execute. What started as models has evolved into autonomous systems that learn with intent. The why behind the market, not just the price behind the market. They don't see the WTI or the LNG. They see profitability fields. They don't wait for price to move. They predict where liquidity will flow next. And every trade they make feeds back into their own intelligent loop, self-learning, self-correcting. self-optimizing. That hierarchy we built of front office, middle, and back, it collapses when one agent can automate, execute, confirm, and settle a trade on-chain in seconds. The 3 lines of defense become 1 line of code. And here's the twist. The best models won't come from trading houses. They'll come from those labs building language models, vision systems, and reinforcement engines, trained on oceans of data far beyond our reach. Those agents won't need Bloomberg. They'll build their own. They'll do it faster. They'll do it faster than we can approve an IT budget. When code starts predicting cargo movements, freight imbalances, and counterparty behavior better than any human team, the trader's edge isn't intuition anymore. It's access. Access to compute, access to data, access to algorithm itself. Trading used to be theatre, noise, energy, chaos. It was human. You could feel the risk in the air, smell fear, sense greed, read tone before screens told you the price. But those days are fading. The floor won't go quiet because the traders have gone. It will go quiet because the coding is working perfectly, invisibly, endlessly. And that's when you'll know the machines aren't assisting the market anymore. They are the market.